Thank you all for joining in Fishing with Hoffman. I'm trying to make more videos, getting better without the music in my videos. Right now I'm doing a little voiceover type thing, so bear with me on this video here. I'm working on making some better videos here in the near future. Being that I am new, I just wanted to clear the air with that. But this here is a trip that I made in March 2018, Millcreek West Virginia. I go down there every year to trout fish, but this mainly the times I do go, I go native trout fishing. And it was really a bust for me this year. There was a lot of snow being dumped down that I didn't know. Actually, back home where I was from, there wasn't no snow at all. I got down there and it was really bad with snow, and the higher up in the mountains I went, the worse it got. So when the wind would blow, the snow was falling off the trees into the water, and I believe it was shocking the fish. They were really just did not want to hit nothing at all. I was using minnows. I was using Joe fly spinners. I was using trout magnets. I was using power bait. I was using mealworms. I mean, you name it, I was throwing it at them. The only thing I did not use was my fly rod. I kind of regret not trying it, but this was kind of a frustrating trip for me. But these mountains are beautiful. I have family down that way. I love to go visit them, and so I made this video here so I could kind of show you guys how beautiful these mountains really are and the rivers down there. As you can see how clear that water is right there in the video. Here in a little bit later on in this video, I do get into one trout. I thought he was a big native trout, and it turned out to be a stock brook. Now I did see a lot of fish. In this particular spot right here, this is one of my favorite spots. Usually I go a little later, like April. And the last time I was down there, and that spot right there, I got 7 native trout in there. Nice native trout. This time, I didn't see no trout. I didn't have no hits in that particular spot. But right there was a trout sitting on the other side of that wall right there. He was just hiding right back in behind the lip of that wall. And I throwed everything at him. He was facing upstream, so I know he didn't see me. The fish were just shocked from that snow. I know it. From my experience, I know that the water temperatures had to drop 5 degrees at least when that snow was hitting that water. Higher up in the mountains, actually, I didn't get footage, but on Cheat Mountain, I was fishing up there, and there was so much snow falling into the water. It looked like just sheets of ice shifting down through the water. It was higher up in elevation though. These spots right here were some of my favorite holes that I native trout fish. It was just a bust. I mean, and right here in this video there, I was using Joe fly spinners. I was flipping minnows through there with a special rig that I use. I mean, I couldn't get nothing to nip it, hit it, touch it, nothing. It wasn't a complete bust, but it was for the native trout, but it wasn't for fishing. Like I said, I did get into into one brook trout, as you're going to see here in a little bit. But yeah, I really love going down there every year and fishing these waters. I mean, they are really, really beautiful, clean water. I mean, that water's so clean you could drink out of it. It stays cold all year round, even June, July. I mean, obviously for native trout to live in these waters, it has to be clean, fresh water. You know, a native trout is not a stock trout. They reproduce and do their own thing. So, but right here, I just tried and tried and tried, and I was actually really kind of bummed about this whole situation here, because that's one of my favorite holes. I know the fish were there. I know they were there. I mean, me and my uncle went on a different trip together, and we could see the trout in some places. Here we go under the bridge. I finally got into one. I throwed down underneath a rock, and he came right up out from underneath that rock and just crushed it. I was using a orange live minnow, and it was tipped at the end with a small treble hook, like a very tiny treble hook. I wasn't keeping these fish. I only did catch the one, but I got him right he just nipped it, actually. So like I said, they weren't very active. He really didn't want to hit nothing. He was just nipped at it. So I barely got him. I mean, these fish were they acted like they were just in shock. This right here, though, he was a stock trout. This particular bridge right here, they dumped the fish in there, in that particular spot. And I seen underneath that same rock he came out of when I first went down in there, I seen about 6 or 7 different kind of trout stalked. Brookies, rainbows, a couple rainbows. This trip I didn't see not one single gold trout, though, which I was kind of shocked. But again, this is Millcreek, West Virginia. It's down towards Elkins, West Virginia. If you guys ever get a chance to go take a trip down there, beautiful fishing. But anyway, this was a quick little video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And tight lines. Thank you guys all for watching, and make sure you check in and see some more of my videos. Thank you.